All right, today we are diving deep into a document that is, and I'm not exaggerating, the absolute financial backbone of every skilled nursing facility. We're talking about the UB-04 claim form. We're going to look at how we move from those costly, frustrating manual errors to the incredible precision of AI. Let's get right into it. And you know, the stakes here could not be higher. This quote, it really says it all. In the super complex world of SNF billing, just one tiny mistake, a single wrong number, a date that's off by a day, can stop the entire payment process cold. It's a world where getting it right the first time is everything. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll tackle the challenge itself, what we're up against. Then we'll decode some of the most critical fields on the form. After that, we'll see how the codes connect to the actual care given, look at how to dodge the most common denial triggers, and then wrap it all up with what an AI-powered clean claim really looks like in action. So let's start at the beginning. The UB-04, it is so much more than just a piece of paper. You really have to think of it as the central nervous system of your facility's money. I mean, every single service, every single payment, it all has to flow through this one document. So what is it technically? Well, the UB-04 is the universal standard form that skilled nursing facilities use to talk to payers like Medicare and Medicaid. It's basically how you tell them, here's the patient, here's the care we provided, and here's why you need to pay us for it. Simple as that. All right, now we get into the nitty-gritty. The vast majority of those expensive, preventable mistakes, they happen right here, in these key data fields. This is where being super careful, almost obsessive about the details really pays off. I know it sounds almost too basic to mention, but let's talk about patient and provider info. You would be absolutely shocked how many claims get kicked back right away because of a simple typo in a name, an address, or a provider ID. It's the very first hurdle, and if you don't clear it, nothing else matters. Now here's where it gets cool. On the one hand, you've got the manual risk, just a simple human error, a slip of the finger during a really busy intake. But on the other hand, with an AI solution, that risk basically vanishes. The system can check that data in real time against your existing records, and even against payer databases, flagging any problems before they can cause a denial. Okay, next up, the type of bill code, or TOB. Think of these three little digits as the headline for your claim. It instantly tells the payer, hey, this is a brand new admission, or this is for a continuing stay, or this is a final bill. It sets the entire context for the claim. And this one is a classic tripwire. It is so easy for a biller to accidentally pick the wrong code for a specific situation, and boom, instant denial. An AI, though, can look at the patient's stay information and just automatically pop in the correct code, completely preventing that kind of denial from ever happening. Dates. You know, the statement covers period field. It seems so simple, but let me tell you, mismatched dates between admission, the statement period, and when services were given are one of the top reasons claims get denied. It's incredibly frustrating, and the logic has to be perfect. Manually, you're trying to juggle dates from maybe a dozen different places. It's just a recipe for disaster. An AI solution, on the other hand, acts like a digital detective, scanning everything to make sure every single date lines up perfectly. It's an incredible safety net. Okay, we're moving on from basic data entry now and into the real language of reimbursement. This is the part where we translate all that amazing clinical care a patient received into the specific codes that payers actually understand and, pay for. This flowchart here, it's a perfect roadmap for how this works under the patient-driven payment model, or PDPM. See, it all starts with the clinical data from the MDS assessment. That data then gets checked against the PDPM rules, which helps you pick the right ICD-10 and revenue codes, which all leads to a claim that's fully justified. Each step builds on the last one. So, what's so important about revenue codes and HCPCS codes? Well, you have to understand that these aren't just labels. They are the financial engine of the whole claim. Each code is tied to a specific service, like physical therapy, and it directly tells the payer how much to reimburse for it under PDPM. Doing this by hand is, well, it's a huge challenge. You're trying to match clinical services to this massive library of billing codes, and there's almost no room for error. It's a lot to ask of any person. But an AI-driven system, it automates this whole process, making sure the services documented are translated into the right billing codes every single time. And then, of course, you have the diagnosis codes, the ICD-10s. The primary diagnosis code is the foundation of the whole claim story. It answers that one critical question, why was all this care necessary in the first place? And that answer has to be backed up word for word by what's in the patient's chart.
The risk here is pretty big. You could pick the wrong code entirely, or you could pick a code that isn't specific enough, which makes payers start questioning things. This is where AI-assisted coding is so powerful. It can analyze the clinical notes and suggest the most accurate, most specific code possible. So, we've seen all the places where things can go wrong. Now let's talk about stopping those errors before they even start. This is all about changing our mindset from, oh no, it was denied, let's fix it, to how do we prevent it from ever being denied in the first place?
So, what are they? What are the recurring villains in this whole story? What are those common, ridiculously frustrating errors that just stop claims dead in their tracks time and time again? And here they are. Missing signatures, classic. The wrong type of bell, which we talked about, mismatched codes, those conflicting dates that drive everyone crazy, and of course, simple, incorrect units or charges. These are the big five. They cause the vast majority of all denials.
So the real solution here, the big takeaway, isn't just to have another person look at the claim. It's about scrubbing it. An AI-powered scrubber runs thousands of checks against payer rules and historical denial patterns in seconds. It catches all those potential errors before you even hit send.
And all of this brings us to the ultimate goal, the AI-powered clean claim. This is where every piece we've talked about clicks together into one smooth, automated system that's built from the ground up for first-pass payment.
And this timeline just lays it out perfectly. It all starts at intake with AI validating the data. It flows into AI-assisted coding. Then comes that critical scrubbing step. From there, the claim is submitted automatically, and the AI even gives you real-time updates so you always know exactly where your money is. And that really leaves us with one final and I think very important question to think about. I want you to look at your own operations. Is your process truly built to create clean claims right from the very start? Or is it really just set up to react to problems, spending all your time on corrections and appeals? Because the future of efficient SNF billing, it really lies in that answer.